everybody. Meredith Oliver here with Website Wednesdays. Hope you're doing good on this Valentine's Day. Got my red on. I've got my 2 cutie pie Valentines and my 3 furry baby Valentines that mean a lot to me. So it's a great day. So today we are talking about your website. And as you join in this Facebook Live, please sign in. Let me know that you're here. Give me a comment, give me a wave or hello, a like. That would be awesome. Hey guys, okay, I'm starting to see you. Good, I'm glad you're here. All right, if you can hear me okay, let me know that too. There's a bit of a delay on my side, it feels like, on the video and the audio, so I'm not sure how that's coming across to you guys. Okay. So website content, that's what we're talking about today. And I put this question out there. How do you know which or what content on your website is resonating with your website visitors? Hey, Christy, how you doing? Good to see you. So how do you know? How do you know if it's your About Us page? For those of you that are home builders that are listening in, your floor plans page or your available homes, like how do you know what pages people are looking at and what content you should focus on? So I look at about 30 website reports a month. We use Google Analytics and we prefer it to just about any other analytics program. And we use it so that we can see all kinds of data about your website. We can see the pages, we can see the traffic sources, all of the above. So within Google Analytics, if you're using that to track your traffic, you can actually very easily pull up a pages report. And the pages report tells you what pages on the website people are visiting the most often. So the website pages report is critical for you to be able to track your traffic and have a sense of what's happening with your website. So let's say let's pick an attorney, and you have a website that you've got your services pages where you talk about the different legal aspects that you offer as an attorney, the different kinds of consultations and focuses of law that you choose, specialties. Then let's say you've got About Us, and each attorney in your practice has a bio page. Maybe you have a blog where you answer questions or post articles, you have news about your firm, et cetera, et cetera. So you have all these different pages. So in Google Analytics, you can actually track which of those pages are getting the most page views. So on a monthly basis, I highly recommend that you look at this pages report and just see what's the top page that's getting the most views. Many times what we think as the business owner or the director of marketing or whatever your title is, we think that we know what our potential clients and customers want. But we're thinking about it from an insider's perspective, from being an expert in our industry. So we use jargon that people don't know what it stands for and what it means. And we use terminology they don't care about. And a lot of times what I see business owners do is what in journalism they call burying the lead. And so on a website, when you bury the lead, it's when you put your most important content to your visitors underneath layers of content that they don't actually care about. So by reviewing your pages report, you can get a consistent look at what do they care about. And what they care about is you're typically on an attorney example, they're going to care about the services pages the most. Any specialties that you have, any specific industries you work with or type of law you practice. And you're going to find that typically The About Us pages are going to be on down the list of what they care about. For the last 15 years, I've been the creative director of Meredith Communications. We're a digital marketing ad agency located in Raleigh, North Carolina. We specialize in home builder marketing, but we do marketing for all kinds of industries and companies. And so, like I said, I look at these reports every single month and I see the same trends over and over again. But yet I find myself having conversations with business owners who are super hyper focused on one particular type of content or page layout. So let's use a home builder example, since that's the one that I deal with the most. Really concerned about our process for home building page, which is a great page to have. Nothing wrong with having that page on your website. Spend a lot of time and money, maybe create an amazing, crazy good video for our process page. But yet I go over to the floor plans that you're building, or I take a look at the available homes and they're black and white renderings. The floor plan images are hard to read. There's no virtual tours. There's no drone video overviews of your communities. You see, all of this is really what your buyers care about. And so if you're listening from another industry, just take that same example and apply it to you. What do your visitors care most about? And are you focusing time and attention to create content on those topics for your website? All right, so if you're just joining in, it's Facebook Live Wednesday, 1 o'clock. I do Website Wednesdays where I talk about what matters most on your website, how to get the most out of your website, how to increase your leads, et cetera, et cetera. This week, we're talking about content. I'm going to look away from the camera for just a second, look down and see if anybody's asked me any comments. Hey, Will, good to see ya. Anybody else? All right, I don't see any questions yet, but I'm happy to take questions as we go. A common question I get is, if you're just a beginner to monitoring your website's performance, is, what was that you said? Google what? Okay, so Google Analytics. And all you got to do is, Google Analytics. It'll come right up. If you have had your website created by a professional company and they did not install Google Analytics and give you access to the reports, that's really bad. They should have done that automatically. So go back to them and get Google Analytics installed and get access to your reports. If you're a little more advanced and you know you have Google Analytics, but you're not looking at it on a regular basis, that's a problem. If you are the business owner and you also serve as the marketing manager or director, you're a small company, you're doing everything, then you need to look at these reports. If you're a big enough business that you have a marketing manager or coordinator, VP of sales and marketing, whatever the title is, then that person needs to be looking at these reports. Somebody in the organization should be looking at the reports on a monthly basis, every single month. And one of the most important reports to look at is what I was talking about earlier, is the All Pages report. The All Pages report tells you how many page views your pages have received, and you can see what are the most popular pages. Now, again, if you're joining in, I'm a home builder marketing expert, so that's where most of my references come from. So we're going to stick in that lane for just a minute. If you're a home builder listening, I can already tell you what your most important pages are, and I can already tell you what comes up on the pages report because I look at 30 of these every single month. I've looked at 5 already today. So, number one, of course, your home page is going to be one of your top 5 most popular pages. That's pretty self-explanatory. Most people start on your home page. Okay. Our communities page, if you're a production builder, is going to be in your top 5. Your home designs page the page where you show all of your plans and allow people to sort and filter them and decide what plan they like by style and design, is going to be one of your 5. And your available homes page is going to be one of your 5. Once we get past the top 5, we should start to see individual communities showing up. And one of the things I love to do with the pages report is see which of your communities had the most page views for the month. So if Magnolia Trace had the most page views for the month, and I can also see that it's averaging 1.5 to 2 minute visit length. It has a nice low bounce rate, meaning a small percentage of people got on the page and then, a large percentage of people continued to another page. That would be a low bounce rate. And a low exit rate, meaning a low percentage of people left the site after viewing it. Then chances are your salesperson should have some good traffic, some good leads, and great sales by the following month. So I love to create a timeline approach with the pages report specific to the communities, to the floor plans, and the available homes. And I can literally, very nearly to the day, track when the sales are going to start to pop in any particular community based on what's happening on the website. Sometimes when we're reviewing these reports with our clients, there's a big surprise. They're like, wow, I didn't even know that community was doing so well. And that's an indicator of what's happening communication-wise in the organization. So we should absolutely see a parallel on your website with what content is popular with leads, traffic, and sales. And all of those should work together in a pattern. And when you don't see a pattern or the pattern breaks, that's always a good red flag opportunity to say, hey, what's this about? Now, sometimes we can say, oh, we did a Facebook ad campaign and we boosted a particular community on Facebook. We sent several hundred visits directly to that community page. That explains it. Okay, perfect. So that's the other way I like to use the pages report, is looking per page. There's a column on the report called entrances. And the entrances column tells you how many people started on that particular page of the site. And I can almost always correlate an email blast or a Facebook promotion to entrances on a page. If it's not one of those two, then it's generally an increase in Google organic searches or Google ads. So it's nice to be able to correlate your other marketing activities and say, hey, these are all the things that are happening that we're doing with our digital marketing. And yes, they are turning into visits because we sent them directly to the Magnolia Trace community page, or we sent them directly to a grand opening page or an open house page. And you can see that come together. Hey, June, thank you for the thumbs up and the claps there. I appreciate it. Hey, Steve, how you doing? It's been a long time. Steve, you're another digital guy, right? I think that's what you do these days. Funny, we both ended up in that after how many years of high school, how long ago we knew each other, right? All right, so if you've got questions, hey, Don, it's good to see you. Long time no talk. I'm totally here. I'm willing to answer questions about websites, website marketing, et cetera, et cetera. We're talking about content today. There are so many opportunities for you to create content. And frankly, you could spend a lot of time and money creating new content for your website. So wouldn't it be good to take a scientific approach to it and create content that you know your viewers are going to be interested in? And if you're a home builder listening, I can tell you hands down, the content you should be spending money on revolves around your home designs, your inventory homes, in your communities. If you're a custom builder, let's talk about that for a minute because it's slightly different, right? So You're not going to spend money on a drone overview video of a new community, but you still need to spend as much of your budget as you possibly can creating content with photo galleries and videos of past projects. You really can't have enough of that kind of content. So earlier I was talking about on a production builder's Google Analytics content report, what I would see. I would see homepage, communities, home designs, available homes at the top, right? All right, so let's do that for custom builders. For custom builders, homepage, yes. But number two, 99% of the time is either, if you call it portfolio or if you call it photo gallery, whatever you call your photo gallery of your homes, that's going to be your most viewed content, hands down. What's interesting with custom builders is it does change up a little bit. Whereas I said on the production builder sites, pages like About Us and Meet Our Team aren't really viewed very often. And while they're important, you don't necessarily need to spend a lot of time and money on that content. You want to focus it on the product. But on the custom builder side, it's actually the opposite. Typically, they go homepage, portfolio, photo gallery, and then they go like, who is this? And they click on About Us and Our Team. So on the custom builder side, if you think about it, the mentality is, I want to build a custom home. I want a personalized custom experience. So I'm going to want to know, who is this? Who would I be dealing with? What are their credentials? What are they like? So in that case, actually, your About Us, your Our Team content is extremely important. So having professional photos of each of the team members shot on the same background so they all look uniform and they match and they look professional is awesome. Having a bio for each person. And you can have a little fun with it, you know, their favorite ice cream sundae combination or their favorite sports team, as well as their credentials and their professional background. You can do all of that, of course. But on the custom side, you actually do want to put time into that content. I do find for custom builders that having a portfolio of plans that you've built maybe in the past projects, however you want to label it, is really valuable content for a custom site. It receives a large number of click-throughs and views, and it makes a lot of sense. It shows people what you're capable of, what you can do. And it gives you a little more meat on the bone, if you will, in terms of your overall website content. So those of you that just joined, we're talking about website content today. How do you know what content or which content is most important to your website visitors? So I've been talking a lot about the pages report in Google Analytics. It absolutely will tell you which pages are receiving the most page views. And so that's a huge clue as to what people care about. Now I'm going to switch to another type of tracking. This is a little more advanced for those of you that are more advanced. Thanks for hanging in there. This is called event tracking. So in your Google Analytics account, you can set up what's called event tracking. Event tracking tracks what people click on. So the pages report I was telling you about tells us what pages they've been on. But event tracking will tell us once they've made it to a page, what on that page is popular, what content that's clickable is popular. So for example, on a home builder site, let's say a production builder, we're on a community page. Again, we'll go with Magnolia Trace as the example. And then on that Magnolia Trace page, you've got a site plan that shows all of the layout of the community and the home sites. You've got a Google map that pinpoints the location of the model. You've got a list of home designs. You've got a list of available homes. You've got local area sites and amenities. So you've got all of this content on this one page. Well, event tracking will tell you, out of all of that content, what do people click on the most? And this helps you refine that page. So from looking at our clients' reports, I can tell you 2 things come up at the top of the list constantly. And that is a community overview PDF type of brochure. What? And this just slays me that a print PDF gets a lot of clicks, but it's the highest clicked on when I look across all of our similar websites and I look at all the event tracking. It's crazy. So people really do want a one-page printable overview that they can either view and save to a tablet or save to their phone and keep it digital, or go really old school and print it out and carry it around with them. So if you're a production builder and you don't have a community brochure type of PDF on your community pages, you're missing some clicks there. So that's number 1. And then number 2 is not going to surprise you at all. And that's any kind of video virtual tour. Those 2 things consistently get the highest number of clicks in the event tracking. So the way event tracking works is I can literally I can set up anything on the page that is clickable. I can track it individually. So I can track how many people click on the phone number on the website to call you. If they're on their phone, they just click the number and they call, right? I can track that. I can track individual home designs. I can track individual available homes. Again, anything clickable on the page can be set up to track within event tracking. And as I said, the 2 things that come up consistently as the most clicked on are the community brochure PDFs and the virtual tours. Now, I know a lot of you that are listening are not home builders and you're like, what is she talking about? So we can easily parlay this into any other type of industry. We can easily take the site, set up the event tracking, and start getting a feel for what content your audience enjoys. And then we can also see if we're not getting a lot of clicks, we can take some of these examples and try them out in your industry and see how they do. I think it's probably highly likely that a downloadable brochure type of one sheet is going to still carry through for you, regardless of what kind of business you're in. And any kind of video virtual tour that's more interactive is going to be another piece of content that's going to consistently be something people want. So between the pages report and the event tracking, we really get a very solid picture on what do people want from your website. Now, of course, the final piece of this is your lead conversions. We talked about lead conversions and increasing lead conversions last Wednesday. If you missed that one, it was posted to our blog today at meredithcommunications.com. So if you want to get that and watch that one, the replay is up there. But of course, ultimately, the number of emails you get, the number of phone calls you get, the number of live chats, the number of text requests, how your website is generating leads, well, that's the ultimate test of your content, right? And if you have enough call to action, your website can and will do that for you. And that's what we talked about last week, was increasing call to action. So setting aside the lead generation, the only other way to really know what people want, those are my top 2 reports. All right, now we've got a couple of gurus that have joined me, which always makes me nervous, right? So Will, if you are still here and you want to chime in, what other reports or other tools do you use to generate, to review what content people are taking in? Feel free to write that in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. I think Kevin Oakley might be listening in. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Kevin Oakley from Do You Convert? So, Kevin, if you've got content review suggestions, I will gladly take them. Feel free to write them in, or any of our other internet gurus that are on. Yeah, let's have a conversation about it. I would love to. I know that I'm the kind of person, I like it simple, stupid. So I stick to a couple of high level reports, and those are the ones that I focus my business owners on reviewing. But if there's other tools out there, let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. So I want to know, put this out there to you, is how often are you reviewing your website reports? Because that's really, really important. You need to review them every month. And here's the awesome news. In all of the years that I've been reviewing home builder website reports on a monthly basis, this month, February 2018, is the most fun I've had in 10 years, 12 years, long time. You know why? Because the January traffic numbers are through the roof. They're huge. No, huge. They're huge. It's awesome. Our home builder clients are up year over year, minimum 20 to 30%. I looked at one yesterday that's up 177% from January 2017. Hello. But on average, they're up 20, 30, 40%, big numbers. They're up over December 2017. I would expect that, given that December is a major holiday month. But to look at them year over year and see them up so much, it's good. It's going to be such a good year in 2018 for new home sales. I am so excited. There's been many a January where it's been rather flat, and I've been like, oh, this is not good. Because January usually comes out really strong. So if you're kind of under the impression, or you're thinking, well, spring is the selling season for real estate. Well, the research online begins long before the selling season commences. I also think the selling season has changed a little bit, especially given the trends that I see on the website numbers. And I think it's earlier than it used to be. I can literally pinpoint on almost all of our clients' reports, December 26th, it starts going up, and it climbs and climbs and climbs. And then about January 5th, it just shoots straight up. So we're so excited to see these kind of numbers, and to be 40, 50% over this time last year with really no major changes to the marketing program, doing basically the same marketing tactics, Google search, Facebook ads, paid Google ads, the email marketing, like the same basic tools. There's a lot more people in the market. So that's fantastic. I'm looking down to see, if anybody's got any questions or comments, feel free to share them. I am all about it. Would love to hear from you. Just sharing some thoughts today on Website Wednesdays and how you can make your website perform better. Well, we're right at our half an hour, and you know what that means? It means we have to get back to work. So get off Facebook, go back to work, but be sure to join me next Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern time, from 1 to 1:30. I'll be right back here. And next week, we'll be talking about another element of your website. We'll talk about how to make the homepage of your website wow. What does it? Do you need video? Do you need photos? Do you need the most amazing graphic design ever? What makes it wow? That's what we'll be talking about next week. You can also head over to our website at meredithcommunications.com. Subscribe to our blog. We post new blog posts 4 out of 5 days a week, Monday through Thursday. We post a new post every single day. You can subscribe to our blog. We've got tons of good information there on how to grow your business with digital marketing. And we have a webinar series going on right now too, and you can register to attend those. Okay, so that's it. I'm out. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye now.